is always a pleasure speaking with you. Right off the top, I got to ask you, what was the experience like? Because the last time you and I spoke was during the Junos,
Yeah.
and you were performing with some amazing artists. And of course, this past Junos was very historic because of what was going on with COVID, the way it was presented. It's never been done really like the way it
Mhm.
has been done. You performed. What
Yeah.
was it like? And also a nominee, and congratulations on that. What was it
Thank you.
like to be part of such a historic event?
Oh my God, it was absolutely incredible for me, as especially as an independent artist, a female in a reggae industry as well. You know how tough that is. And so to be able to have that opportunity and have that platform to do what I do and have the access to that a wider audience, it's always amazing. And then because of everything that we know has been going on, to be able to create history really and be a part of that, that will always be a stamp in history that you can go back and see. It's an honor for me, absolutely. And just to show that, you don't give up during these times. You keep pushing and you keep going on. It's absolutely motivating and uplifting for people to see that.
I love the way you use that word motivation because people need to follow you to be motivated to watch your motivation. If you're
Mm.
not modeling, you're on sets. If you're not sets, you're traveling. If you're not traveling, I've been seeing something very interesting. Consideration for another very big award event. Can you talk about that, please?
Absolutely. Yeah, so my new album is out, Water, released on Lula World Records. And yeah, surprisingly, we got a nod from the Grammy. It's in consideration for a Grammy Award. Yeah, so yeah, start pat myself on the shoulder. A dream come true for me if that was supposed to go through. So let's fingers crossed. Hmm.
How did this happen? I mean, I'm not surprised, but still, how did this happen? Like, did you just wake up one morning, sip some coffee, open up your email, and go, "Excuse me"?
It's very, very much similar to what you're saying. It's so funny. I was here one evening, and then a few days ago, and my phone was ringing, and I looked, and it was from Jamaica. Jamaica. I'm like, who that? Oh, it's actually my one of my executive producers, Tandra. She's actually Canadian, but now lives in Jamaica. She's Jamaican Canadian, and she's in Jamaica right now. And we always work together in my albums. And she was calling me. I'm like, oh, just kind of late in the evening. So I'm like, why is Tandra calling? So I answered the phone, not even thinking anything. And she was like, did you know that your album is in consideration for the Grammys? I'm like, what? What are you talking about? And so yes, I saw that, and yeah, and here we are talking about it now. Like it's a reality. It's not a dream. I wasn't dreaming.
My fingers are so crossed for you on
Thank
this one
you,
because
thank
so
you.
much deserved with the amount of work that you have done for so many years, not just in the music industry, but as an inspiration, as a leader, as a role model. I mean, you are the full package on this, which is why talking about this new album was really important because we've basically been talking about this series, this concept for what, the last 2 years. So do you want
Two
to go
years,
back
yeah,
to the beginning
yeah,
leading into water and where this whole
yeah.
concept came from, please?
Okay, well, so my last album, my debut album, solo album, was The Light, and that was me. And that process started from 2012. So this
Right.
whole after that, during that time, 2012 was a very catalytic year for me spiritually because I went through what I call a spiritual awakening, changed my life forever. I started understanding and understanding who I am as a person, why I'm here, and figuring out that pathway and learning to navigate this life in a different way, from a different perspective, with more focus on recognizing that I have everything within myself. I don't need to go outside of myself to look for validation or recognition or all of that. I know that I am a being of love and light, and I'm here for a purpose and a reason, like we all are. And so we need to find time to get still, to be still, and to own in on what that is for us. For me, that is music. I heal through music. I heal myself and I heal my audience through my music. And so getting the opportunity to get on uh, online, if you will, and on that pathway, it transformed my music. It transformed everything about who I am. And that was me discovering my higher self, really, in a nutshell, discovering my higher self and then living and expressing myself from that knowing. And then after releasing The Light in 2017, I started asking, okay, what's next, spirit? Because I talked to my higher self, I talked to God, source, whatever you want to call it. I call it spirit, and I was like, what would be what's the next step? And I kept on hearing water, water. This would be my rebirth since discovering the light. And so I've been, putting down, put notes in my phone. I put every time I get ideas, I'll wake up from a dream and put it into my phone about song ideas, and water started cultivating from that. And we talk about it, and I would talk to other people about it. And I went to Belize in a few times, and the last time before the lockdown was January of 2020. I was writing more of the songs and putting all the songs into more of how do I say, bringing them to life, because there were ideas on my phone, and now I'm putting the body together of water. And I sat on a dock in Belize, and it just started. I was on a catamaran. One of the guys from Belize. They're beautiful people. They're like Jamaicans, so I felt like I was always in Jamaica every time I go to Belize. And he would take us out on his catamaran for tours on the water, and off to different islands. And I asked him one morning, I was like, "Would it be okay?" Because they were docked on shore there, and I was like, "Would it be okay if you gave me the opportunity to sit on the boat in the mornings before you go out and do some writing and just meditating?" And he was like, "Absolutely." And so really that's where the whole manifestation of water started. And then we came back and it was a lockdown. And now that gave me more time. Really what it is what did was give me the gift of the time. So I'm not all over the place focusing on all these different things. I was able to put everything into making water what it is. And now it's out everywhere that you purchase your music online. You can find water. There's a link in my Instagram bio as well. You can get it directly there as well. And here we are talking about water.
Now, here's the interesting part, because when we talked about this, and I want to refresh, this happened in 2012. The COVID pandemic started around 2019.
Hmm.
The stories and the themes that you talk about was almost like a reflection of what people were going through. Did you find that very interesting, and how that connected so many years ago,
I know.
leading into what we all have experienced together?
You see, and this is being connected and being in alignment with my higher self, because they get to see, they're able to see the bigger picture and then channel that through me.
Mhm.
And I'm an open vessel for that, because I know it's how important it is to be able to be relatable to my audience. And obviously, there's so many changes going on. And like I said, it's more like, for me, I like to look at the positive. I don't focus on the negative. So for me, what I'm seeing, from my perspective, I'm seeing more of a cleanup. And I wanted people to understand that even though it might seem that things are falling apart, yes, they're falling apart so that we can heal now, and the world can be a better place, and you and I can be a better place. And it starts within ourselves. If we are working on ourselves and being the best versions of ourselves, then we will see it manifested in our outer reality and the people that we are in contact with. And I wanted to show them that through the music. Yeah.
Restructure. That's what it's about. So,
Restructure.
so let's go again back to water. What is water about, and how much does the ripple effect affect this album?
Of course, in so many ways, in every way. Water is, like I said, it's my about my rebirth. It's the cleansing. It's the healing, the renewal of who Ammoye is. I feel like after the light came about, um, the old me before the light had to fall away so that I can open up myself. Exactly.
That's the ripple effect.
Exactly, exactly, exactly. So that I can come into the newness of who I am, the new me. And I feel like we're all going through that. Because the way that things were before, there was a lot of inappropriateness going on in our world, in society, in politics, in the entertainment industry, in all facets of the world. And so we're getting a chance to do it better now.
Is there a single out right now?
Yes, the single out right now is Bad Behavior, and that's about female empowerment. For so long, and for decades and eons, women have always we feel suppressed and oppressed, and we've been told that we have to be a certain way and walk in the shadow of the masculine energy. It's time for balance. And that's what this song is about. Cleaning up the bad habits of how things used to be, and being able to rise up and be equals with masculine and feminine, and just be balanced and walk together in our world, and be great examples of to show the youth that this is how it should be.
Shows. What's happening with that with you for 2021 and 2022?
Virtual shows. I'm doing a lot of shows. I have two virtual shows coming up soon. One for summer salsa, and yeah, and then I did another beautiful performance for the Opera House. That's coming up soon.
Oh,
And then
great.
2022, we're looking to tour and get on the road and bring the music around the world, because it's getting such great response from all over the world, Africa, Europe, and I'm looking forward, and South and America and all of it. So I'm looking forward to getting on the road.
Okay, now not just getting off the road off of this, but I just need to say two words and then I'm going to let you explain it, okay? It has to do with two T's. Tina Turner.
I
Go.
Aye. Tina Turner is, oh my God, she's fierce. She's timeless. Look at her. She's been doing music for so long, and every time you get, well, I just watched a documentary, and just how, oh my God, resilient that woman. I feel like I can relate to that, because I've been through so much coming up in this industry. I've experienced a lot of things, and I have to write a book about it, really. And to be able to stand and still withstand, really withstand throughout all the challenges, just like Tina did, I admire the woman that she is and the artist that she is. Yeah.
That photo shoot you did, though, you got to talk about that part because, honest to God, I had to blink because at first I thought it was her and then
A
realized
lot of
it was
people.
you.
A lot of people said the same thing. So we did the music video. Director with Kashmir, the director from Toronto here, and she came to me with the idea after listening to Bad Behavior, and she was like, "Yeah, we gotta incorporate all these badass females." And Tina Turner was one of them, of course. We also had Grace Jones, it was another icon, another, oh my God, a female powerhouse. She's unapologetically her, and I aim to be like that. Just be who you are and be comfortable in your own skin, and she exudes that. There's also Aretha Franklin. Oh
Mhm.
boy, she is the queen of soul. And with my music, I call it reggae fusion, because I fuse
Yes.
all these different genres. You'll find jazz in my music, soul. You'll find R&B. You'll find hip hop. You'll find dancehall. All of it, all fused into my music. And so to be able to honor all these females, and put them in bring them into my music journey in this way, was an honor. And so yeah, so Tina was one of them. Aretha Franklin, there was Grace Jones, there was Queen Latifah, Diana Ross. Oh my gosh, the hair on Diana Ross, the
Yes. Yes.
lioness that is Diana Ross. So yeah, it's all these beautiful females, and I was able to channel through them, and represent in a certain, just the little attributes that they give off, and express that to my audience and show
But
that to them.
you need to in a show you need to do a Tina Turner like spotlight in
I
one of your
should,
shows.
I should,
It's it
I
wow, like
should.
I said,
That's a
it
good
was just
idea.
it's
That's a
just
good
like,
idea.
am I seeing what I'm seeing?
I got
So
that a lot. Yeah.
cannot wait. Look, as we are wrapping this up, just curious, what are you going to be doing for the holidays?
For the holidays, it was really what I do is family, and I refuel during these Christmas times. I go away. We go like to go away to Calgary,
Mhm.
Alberta, up in the mountains, and go over and visit Banff, and do all that. Go up into the mountains and just refuel and re-energize, and then come back and start the new year fresh again. So that's
Okay.
the plan. Spend time with
And
family.
and speaking of New Year's, because we did this last year, we did this a year before. Everybody is always saying, "Oh my goodness, what a rough year. I'm looking forward to the next year." And
Yeah,
it doesn't always mean that because a new year is coming,
it's
that
never be.
suddenly everything changes for the good.
Mhm,
What
mhm.
advice can you give folks as we are ending 2021, going into 2022, and people's expectations of 2022?
I would just say go with gratitude. Be grateful for what you have, and be grateful that the fact that you still have life, and you're able to do um, whatever it is that you love to do. Because a lot of people didn't make it to this point. So I would say just be grateful. Stay in an attitude of gratitude. I like to say, and for me, I love to spend time in nature. It grounds me. It gives me new ideas and new downloads come in, and even right now, like my creative juices are flowing like crazy. I spend a lot of time outdoors in nature, and I'm already gearing up for the next body of work that's coming up. So just stay focused on what you love. Don't spend time worrying about the negatives and what ifs and could be's and all of that, and should be's and all of that. Just be in the now, in the moment, and trust me, everything that you need and to get you move you and push you forward will come in the right divine timing and order. So just trust that. Trust your spirit guides and trust the universe to work things out for you. You
Always
know.
big love for you. Congratulations on this new album.
Thank
Congratulations
you,
on
Rudy.
the consideration with the
I know.
Grammys.
Grammys. Yes, that's fingers crossed.
I
Fingers
am
crossed. Yeah.
so
And
hoping
toes.
that this happens for you. Oh my
Thank
goodness, if
you.
anybody deserves. Have you ever been to the Grammys?
I was invited to perform um, at Grammy Week,
Yes.
doing some showcases, but not the Grammys itself. So this affiliation with or this connection to Grammy is a dream, would be a dream come true. I've
Uh,
always had this on my bucket list of what things I want to experience. So let's see.
I've had the honor of covering it 3 times, and
Wow,
it truly is an experience. That's why
experience
I'm
and so
so crossing my fingers for
yes,
you
yes,
that
yes,
you
yes.
get the full experience, right down to here's my Grammy.
Aye, and so it is one of these. Yes, yes, yes. Let's do it, spirit. Let's do it, universe. Yeah.
Big love to
You,
you. Congratulations and all the best in 2022.
thank you, Rudy, and same to you. I love you so much, and thank you for always supporting me. You have been in my corner from day one, so thank you so much for having me again. Thank you, thank you.